Rodrygo, please don't let your ego derail your career. Recently, reports would come out that Rodrygo is planning a Real Madrid exit and the 24-year-old doesn't feel valued by the club. And especially with traditionally bigger stars like Bellingham, Mbappe, and Vinny Jr. ahead of him, it makes sense that he doesn't get that main spotlight. But seriously, everybody knows that Rodrygo is a great player, like a world-class talent that 99% of other teams would be licking their lips to get at. But he just isn't at that level of Mbappe, Vinny, or Jude. And we've seen that this season, as Ancelotti would focus Real Madrid's attack through that dangerous left flank and middle, as Mbappe, although had a weird and shaky start for his standards, would absolutely pop off in his scoring left and right, leading La Liga's Golden Boot race with 27 goals and also broke the record of most goals scored by a Madrid player in their first season, surpassing Di Stefano, all the way back in his 1954 season. So, great company to be a part of. Anyways, not being valued by the club isn't the only reason why, as Rodrygo claims he's naturally a left winger and made it vocal several times that he would rather play on the left side of the pitch. But I would have thought after 6 years of being placed on the right wing, he would be comfortable with it. Seemingly, he isn't. Look, Rodrygo's time at Real Madrid hasn't come from consistency really, but from moments. We all remember Rodrygo for saving the day with his stoppage time brace against Manchester City, which led Real Madrid to that sensational comeback where they ultimately won the Champions League. I say this because his goal and assist per season is kind of shaky. This year he has managed about 23 goal contributions in 50 appearances, which is definitely good, but his goal count has been decreasing year after year. This is probably due to the fact that he's in a much more playmaking role this season, as it's clearly Mbappe's job to be the team's finisher. And if we're talking about playmaking on the right wing, I really have to say that with the emergence of Arda Güler, who is a goal-scoring threat but mainly much more of a playmaker, it may make sense for Madrid to get that big bag of around 100 million euros from selling Rodrygo. And having a player who is actually fine with playing on the right and doesn't care about being valued and just wants to win trophies is something Arda has said before. His patience and pass-first playstyle would perfectly fit this Madrid side, who is filled with attackers who demand all the spotlight, and honestly, rightfully so. But the thing is, I don't understand why Rodrygo isn't okay with this. And with all of the rumors coming about him leaving, I want to talk about each side who could actually afford him and his transfer would actually make sense for him to play, as he wants to play on that left wing. Okay, first off, let's talk about the first option, staying in Madrid. I mean, at 24 years of age, he is already a 2-time European champion, playing for the biggest club of all time, and you already know that Real Madrid is the best spot to be in if you want to fight for the highest European honors. And it's not like Rodrygo is some sort of ghost. The guy has amassed over 20 million Instagram followers, with the Bernabeu respecting and chanting his name. If he does stay, not only will he live in Madrid, a beautiful city, but have the honor and respect of being one of the reasons Madrid compete year after year. And it's not like he's not getting paid badly either. Rodrygo is the 9th highest paid player on this Madrid side, earning 12.5 million euros a year, and his contract expires in 2028. He's earning more than club legends like Modric and Carvajal. And now he's entering the prime of his career. I understand if he's looking for new challenges, but as Trent Alexander-Arnold is confirmed to join the team and probably many more Galacticos type transfers staying in this team will only boost his fame and legacy. But now let's talk about realistic destinations for Rodrygo if he really were to leave Madrid and how good I think he would fit regarding the teams. Number 1. Arsenal. I actually like this move, as Gabriel Martinelli is currently the starter on the left wing, and I have to be brutally honest, he hasn't improved since his 2022-2023 season where he had 20 goal contributions in a campaign for the Premier League. I think that Rodrygo would be an obvious upgrade, and they could get good money from selling Martinelli as he really would have no place in the squad anymore. Arsenal have been playing Champions League football for a couple of years now, and with other young stars like Saliba, Saka, and Rice in the side, they actually have a bright future. In fact, he would be welcomed with open arms, as he would also have his Brazilian national teammate Gabriel in the back. Arsenal have shown that they have what it takes to go up against good teams, as Rodrygo would know very well this season as they lost to them in the quarterfinals of the Champions League. Arsenal's midfield and defense are actually pretty class. I just think that they need an actual striker instead of Miguel Merino and a better left wing option to finally complete a team who could win that Premier League title. And maybe, who knows, lift their first ever European trophy under Arteta. It sounds like a great challenge, and we know that Arsenal are in the race for the Golden Boot candidate Gyökeres as well, so that front three would be deadly. Saka and Rodrygo on the wing with Gyökeres as the main man up top, that one seems really exciting to me. The second team? Chelsea. Going to the other side of London, the Chelsea rebuild project is currently improving year after year. As they are this close to winning their first European trophy since their miraculous Champions League run in 2021 and will most likely return to the UCL next year, I think it's genuinely one of the most fun and exciting teams to watch right now. As even though Cole Palmer has cooled off, the sheer amount of talent and upside on these super young group of players is unlike any team we've seen before. On the left flank, we've seen Pedro Neto and Noni Madueke rotate, and even though both are having great seasons for their standards, Rodrygo would be a definite upgrade. He would also receive that beefy contract as well, and most likely be the team's leader along with Palmer. Returning Chelsea to Champions League glory and winning their first Premier League title since the 2016-2017 season would be a great challenge, and he would definitely be getting much more spotlight here, as he and arguably Cole Palmer are the only world-class names on the team sheet, with others genuinely improving and getting there. I'm looking at you, Moses Caicedo. Number 3. Manchester City. Okay, this is the last English team where I believe they would actually afford him and he would want to go to. It's been a rough season for the Citizens though, as they lost the FA Cup final to Crystal Palace and are currently in the hunt for the Champions League position, and I have no doubt in my mind whether they head to the Champions League or not, Pep is ready to spend another 300 million this summer, and we already know that that board is willing to spend as well. I mean, they are already so stacked at every position, but with the left wing, things are a little bit trickier, as Jeremy Doku is used as a special option against fullbacks with slower pace and less agile defenders, and Jack Grealish is, well, we don't know what happened to him. Foden seems absolutely in shambles this season. He went from being world-class to a literal ghost of his former self, and Marmoush, who sometimes operates on that left flank as well, has actually been pretty good for the side. But we know that Pep loves his options, and Rodrygo would be perfect for that system. A player who could play on the left, right, middle. The thing is, I don't know if Rodrygo would be considered the main star here. If that's truly what he wants, I mean, he will definitely play an important piece, but with Erling Haaland there, along with other world-class names like Silva and Ruben Diaz and such, I don't know if this is actually a good fit for him. Alright, and finally the last team where I think personally he would be the best fit for, Bayern Munich. Another team that could actually afford him, Bayern have been looking as though they are ready to aim for the top once again this summer, as they already reclaimed their rightful Bundesliga trophy this season, with Harry Kane finally ending that trophy drought and looking like one of the most dangerous strikers in the world while doing so. Honestly, it's the perfect situation for him to be in, as their left wing core is in dire need of an upgrade. With Olise and Kane looking amazing on the right flank and up top, the left wing of Bayern is sort of their weak point, as Kingsley Coman is definitely a decent left winger, but not a great one. He will get the job done in the Bundesliga, but in the Champions League, Rodrygo would be one of the ones that perform better. Not to mention Leroy Sané, who is also there, but is also a bit off as well. He's currently in the last year of his contract and is not re-signed while I'm writing this video, and he's asking for a lot of money. And Bayern don't want this, as his role has been reduced in the side. Rodrygo joining Bayern would be perfect, as he would be in the spotlight in the biggest German club, winning domestic silverware while also challenging for the Champions League every season. And we all know that Bayern are a big threat when it comes to this competition, so winning a Champions League or two is not out of reach for the Germans. That being said, I'll be looking into this more closely, and in my opinion, I would want Rodrygo to stay in Real Madrid just for that insane depth and different playstyle he offers. But I would love to hear what you guys think. Should he go to Chelsea, or maybe another club I didn't list that would be a better fit for him? Let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe.